Today, we are going to be looking at an interesting algebra topic called two bracket expansion, otherwise called double bracket expansion. In this particular video, we are going to be using two methods to solve all our bracket expansion. One is the grid method, and the other one is the distributive property method. Let's get straight into it. Right, so we are going to be looking at the grid method as the first method we are using. So we have expand in bracket x plus 5 and in another bracket x plus 4. So how exactly do we make use of the grid bracket? So this is what you're going to do. You draw a grid box. You draw a grid box and then you partition it into 4 places. The reason why we are partitioning it into 4 places is because we have 4 terms, right? So you pick the values you have here, x and plus 5, always take it with the sign. I advise students always to take it with the sign. So then you take x and the plus 4, and we are almost done. The next thing is to multiply each of these 10 individually. So we do x times x, that gives us x squared, then x times plus 4, that gives us plus 4x, plus 5 times x gives us plus 5x. Then plus times plus gives us a plus. Never forget your sign multiplication. Plus times plus is a plus. Plus times minus is a minus. Minus times plus is a minus. Minus times minus is a plus. Take note, when you multiply two signs that are the same, you are getting positive. When you multiply two signs that are different, you are getting negative. Never forget that. So back to our question. Plus times plus gives us a plus. Then 5 times 4 gives us 20. So what I do is I write out all the terms inside this grid box. So we have x squared, add 4x, add 5x, add 20. So if we look carefully at what we have now, the expression we have, we'll see that plus 4x and plus 5x are similar. And that simply means I can add them together. So this gives us x squared plus 4x plus 5x, that is 9x, that is plus 4x plus 5x. Never forget, take it with the sign. So then plus 20, and that is our solution. Let's take another example, still using the grid method, right? So we have this example. This one now involves a negative value, right? So we have x minus 2 in bracket and x plus 6. So the first thing, don't forget, you draw your grid box and then you divide into 4 places. So I write x and minus 2, and then I write x and plus 6. So if I do x times x, I'll get x squared. X times plus 6, I get plus 6x. Minus 2 times x, I get minus 2x. Then minus times plus. The signs are different, so I get a minus. Don't forget, this applies to multiplication. So minus times plus is minus. 2 times 6 is 12. And then write out all the times we have, and that gives us x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 12. So this gives x squared. This and this are similar. So plus 6x minus 2x will give us plus 4x, then minus 12. And this is the solution to that expansion. Let's go ahead to take a look at some other question, still using the grid box. So we have this again, and the reason why we are using this is because we now have an interesting term, 2x, right? So what if we have a case like this? So we are still doing the same method, and we have 2x here, minus 1, x here, and plus 5. So if you have 2x times x, that gives you 2x squared. Then 2x times plus 5, that gives us plus 10x, because 2 times 5, of course, is 10. So if you do minus 1 times x, that gives us minus. If you like, you can put 1x. If you like, you can put x. Then minus 1 times plus 5. Minus times plus is a minus. 1 times 5 is 5. So if you write out the values in our grid box, we have 2x squared plus 10x minus 1x minus 5. And then this gives us 2x squared. So plus 10x minus 1x will give us plus 9x. So 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. And that is our answer. That is our answer. Let's take a look at one more question, a case where you have 2x, 3x, different values like that in the bracket. So look at this. You have 3x, you have 2x. So what happens in this kind of case? So we are still drawing our grid box. I want us to look at sufficient examples so we master the principle very well, right? And we can tackle any question at all. So this is 3x plus 1. This is 2x plus 7. So 3x times 2x, 3 times 2 is 6. And x times x, that is x squared. So 3x times plus 7 will give us plus 3 times 7 is 21. So that is 21x. Plus 1 times 2x, that gives us plus 1 times 2, of course, is 2. So that is 2x. Then plus times plus is a plus. And 1 times 7 is 7. So we write out these values. And this gives us 6x squared plus 21x plus 2x plus 7. So this is 6x squared. So plus 21x plus 2x gives us what? Plus 23x, then plus 7. And that is the answer to our question. I want to believe that we've taken enough example on using the grid method, and I hope you really, really understand. So go ahead to use the distributive method. So a case where we have the distributive method. So how do we do this? This is also very, very simple, very easy, right? So the first thing you do is you pick the first term, the value you have here, x, and then you write all the values inside this bracket beside it, x plus 4. Then you pick the second term, which is plus 5. Then we have plus 5, and still write all these values, x plus 4. So this is what we call the distributive method, right? Then you do x times x. This gives you x squared. Then x times plus 4, that gives you plus 4x. Then plus 5 times x gives you plus 5x. Then plus times plus, plus times plus. Be very careful, that gives you plus. Then 5 times 4 is 20. So we add this term together because they are similar. And this gives us x squared plus 9x plus 20. Right. Let's take a look at another example. So we have this case, and we want to use the distributive method to solve it. So how do we do it? We write 3x, which is the first term, and then you write the second one, 2x plus 7. I mean, the first expression, not 10, right? 2x plus 7. And then you write plus 1. And then you write that expression again, 2x plus 7. So we expand this. And what is 3x times 2x? That gives us 6x squared plus 3x times 7 gives us 21x. Then plus 1 times 2x gives us plus 2x. Then plus times plus is a plus, and 1 times 7 will give us 7. So this gives us 6x squared. Now these terms are similar. So plus 21x plus 2x will give us plus 23x and plus 7. And this is the answer to our question. We cannot simplify further because the terms we have are not similar. Right. So let's take a look at the last question using distributive method. And we have x minus 4 in bracket and x plus 5 in bracket. So we write x first and x plus 5 and minus 4 and x plus 5. Now, often students ask me this question, can I use x plus 5 instead of x and minus 4 for C? Yes, that will also be correct. What does that mean? It means you can say x and x minus 4. You can say plus 5 and x minus 4. That also will be very much correct. And we are going to look at the two. We can do the two so that you see that we are very much correct. So x times x will give us x squared plus x times 5, that is 5x. Then minus 4 times x will be minus 4x. And minus times plus is a minus. 4 times 5, that is 20. So this will be x squared plus 5x minus 4x. That will give us plus 1x, which is the same thing as x. So this will be x, then minus 20. And ta-da, we have our answer. Now let's look at the second method. What if we change the way we do things and we use the x plus 5 as what we are using to expand to, we use x minus 4 as what is being distributed, right? So we do x times x, that gives us x squared, x times minus 4 gives us minus 4x, then plus 5 times x gives us plus 5x, and plus times minus is minus 5 times 4 is 20. So this gives us x squared. So this is minus 4x plus 5x. So minus 4x plus 5x means you have plus 1x. So which is the same thing as x, then minus 20. So if you look at the two, you see that they are the same. So irrespective of the method you decide to use, irrespective of the time you are distributing, you are going to get the same answer. I hope you've learned a thing or two in this video. I would love you to subscribe, to watch, and to comment. Thank you. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.